You're an independent label, and there are plenty out here who have formed a corporation and are moving forward to sign an artist. A lot of the independent labels are begun by people who have been in the business, or maybe they have an interest in music but can't rap or sing, and they want to be successful and supportive to indie artists. So, independent labels, what do you need to think about before you sign that artist? There's a lot of factors that go into an artist being marketable, to being successful. And I would just encourage you to think about not only their talent, because talent is maybe 1/10 of what it takes to be an artist. I always used to say that when I sign an artist, I'll take somebody with this much talent, but this much fire in their belly. And what do I mean by that? Well, there's a lot of people out here, hundreds of thousands of people who want to succeed in the music business. And a lot of artists are talented, but talent alone is not enough to make it. So what do you need? First of all, you need to be like a politician. You need to shake hands and kiss babies, which means you need to be friendly, which means you need to be memorable, which means when you get out in crowds, you have to make an impression. You have to leave them with goodwill in their heart so that they remember you and they want to help you in your career, right? You have to be able to perform. Yes, you can go into the studio and cut a record and you can do 10 takes, but how do you grow fans? You have to get on a stage and perform, and that is how you grow fans. And that takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of practice. Standing still and singing is not the way to win people over. You have to perform. You have to talk to the audience. You have to interpret your song through your actions on the stage. You have to be emotive. You have to make people feel so that they engage with you, right? These are just some of the characteristics that you need. You also need to grow a fan base. And aside from performing, how do you do that? You have to put out content. I know a lot of artists hate to be public on social media. I was one of those people when I started trying to educate people about the business of music. I never got in front of the camera. I'm an attorney. I sit behind a desk. I helped manage artists. I was always behind the scenes, behind the curtain, behind the stage. So it took a lot for me to consistently get in front of the camera and figure out how I could be comfortable. And the biggest lesson I learned is just be me. People will love you and people won't. But you only need to create a tribe that likes what you do. You don't need to create a tribe that can the whole world. How is their music doing? Again, it all begins and ends with great music. So if you're an independent label, you need to look at the amount of streams they have. If all their numbers say less than 1,000, maybe a little bit of a red flag, right? Who are they? What is their work ethic? Do they eat, breathe, and sleep music? Because remember, the artist is the leader of the team. When the artist is truly inspired and has a really great work ethic and is consistently focused on creating great music, the team is inspired. If you have an artist who has some talent and they think they're entitled, that's a hard battle to win. I'm telling you right now. They can give you a hard time about what clothes they wear. They can give you a hard time about the music. They can give you a hard time about everything. But the fact of the matter is, you really need money in this game to succeed. Supplying money, well, then they get a say-so in your career, because a lot of people can sing, but not a lot of people can get money. So you also have to figure out whether you're going to do this as, let's say, a single deal with an option to do maybe an EP, or are you cutting a long-term deal with them? Because if you're cutting a long-term deal with them, are you giving them an upfront bonus? Are you able to supply the stylist? Are you able to shoot all the videos? You might also want to think about whether you want to do a production deal versus a 360 deal. These are the things that independent labels need to think about, and you also need to have all your agreements in place for the records you create. Not only the artist agreement, but the producer agreements, unless you're blessed to have an artist who is a producer also. But independent labels, these are the things you need to think about when you're signing an artist, because you want to be able to be successful. So think about all these things. Don't get taken in by just one great song. My name's Debbie Eagle, and I am the Streets Entertainment Attorney. If you have any questions, always feel free to hit me up. You can hit me up at legaleagle@gmail.com, and that's EGEL. Thanks for listening.